Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, and welcome to another episode of Certa Pro Painters. Oklahoma City presents Montez at midday, and I'm your host, Dre Montez. I hope everyone is doing well on this Make It Happen Monday edition of the show. We're raising the roof up and cheer. Raise that roof up and cheer. Beautiful weather outside for sure. Hope you had a great weekend. If you're off today, that means great things. Are you out paying bills? Or you out doing adult things? Are you still in bed? A very fulfilling weekend. Outdoors, in the house, on the TV, with family and friends. Either way, action-packed weekend. We got high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug this thing out. If you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to Jay and Slick. Man Cave members, Slick is something to Bulldog. And happy belated birthday to our brother. May he rest easy. Our brother Q. Happy birthday to Q. Over the weekend, I noticed through social media, we lost a few people. Christian and Jewel were lost. Jewel was lost a few days ago, and Christian over the weekend. So condolences and prayers to family and friends out there. That's one thing about that Soulard community and the industry community. You don't forget each other. You don't forget faces. You don't forget names. You don't forget regulars. Just things like that of that nature. You could have been my bartender probably 30 years ago. I could have probably worked with you 35 years ago. But once I hear that name or that face, I just can't forget it. But again, over the past few days, again, Jewel and Christian, thoughts and prayers to your family and friends. But if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you for sure. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you as always. But more importantly, how are you doing? Is everything okay with you? Did you get some things off your chest this morning, over the weekend? How we doing up here mentally? Did we do a mental check on yourself? You got to do that. You got to do that. It's always great seeing people you haven't seen in a long time. You get to catch up, check on everybody. So it was good seeing my good friend Bella over the weekend. So shout out to Bella. I don't know if she's watching at all for sure. But a lot of things went on over the weekend. If this is your first time watching the show, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We've met a lot of people over our 4-month vacation, like a lot of people. And I did not forget names, locations, all the places I've been and events that I went through. So I'm still catching up with people. Well, we had a lot of people on the show on Thursday and Fridays last week. So thank you so much. And over the weekend, every Saturday, I co-host a college football breakdown show with my man Ray out of Jacksonville, Florida. We had a pretty good show on Saturday. So shout out to my man Ray on such a great show that we put together on Saturday. If you ever get a chance and you're up early enough, because some of y'all sleep late, we come on at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Every Saturday. So you get a chance to check it out. So it's the ASAP Sports Network, All Sports, All Plays on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube. So every Saturday we get it together from 8 a.m. to 11. We break down all the games right on up to kickoff. So you can check that out each and every Saturday. But we had a great show on Saturday for sure. Let me leave you with start off with some words of wisdom here for you for sure. When I heard this, I was like, hold on, we got to write that down. We got to write that down. There is no absolute in life, only in vodka. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm not a talker. I watched a lot of movies over the weekend, and we watched a lot of sports over the weekend. Before we get into the show, we got to talk about this. I think last year, the past 2 years, people of a certain age group or sex or specialty sports or movie background, when this whole streaming came out, people had their various opinions. how much it was. What am I getting out of this? How long is this? What am I being blacked out on if it's sports, whether it's the Blues or the Cardinals? We have questions. We have questions. But Apple TV threw itself in the wrench. And I like Apple TV for its movies in my phone. But this baseball games on Apple TV, I think Friday they went just a wee bit too far. I don't think I've ever paid attention to the commentating on baseball games on Apple TV. They had the audacity to have the Yankees and Red Sox on Apple TV on Friday night. I'm not saying everybody's a Bob Costas, a Bob Uecker, or Vin Scully, for that matter. Everybody has his own, Mr. Miller. Everybody has their own voice. But when you're talking about the game, I should be able to close my eyes, and I should sound like I'm sitting at the bar listening to two buddies talk about a game that they love. That's what it should sound like. I don't know if you've ever watched or listened to a game on Apple TV. It is not what I thought. It was mind-boggling to me. You have all this technology. You have all these devices to help you do the game better, do your job better. I don't know who those announcers were. I don't know if they went back and listened to what they did. And the graphics and the cameraman, what was? We missed like 5 clutch hits because of the cameraman. I don't know. We're trying to look at the women in the stands, which I'm a fan of. But I also want to be able to see the game. The commentating, there's a whole lot of people been fired across the board. Radio, television, streaming services, anything you can name. They have great voice. They're just not one-sided. People out here like 8-dimensional. They're like Swiss Army knives. They're bilingual in sports, so to speak. They need to do that. I think Apple TV, let's go back to the board and think about this. Let's have a better approach on who's commentating these games that we present on Apple TV. Can we do that? That's all I want to happen. Because I thought it was an episode of Punk. I was like, where's Ashton Kutcher? I thought we were in a trash tree. I thought we were friends. Well, apparently not. I mean, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. With a game like that in September, you know these games are important. Not always to both teams, but there are accolades on board as well. But Apple TV, we need you to do better on your baseball commentating. But watching baseball with the volume down is priceless. It is the best. It is the best. But if you need to hear somebody, I feel you need to hear somebody. Also, before we get into the show, I feel as though I got to do this again. But before I do this, Lawrence Taylor said 2 things over the weekend that blew my mind. One, he said in his playing days, he don't know how great he could have been if he would have went to sleep, didn't drink whiskey, went home to his wife and kids. He don't know how great he would have been if he'd done those 3 things. That makes you think, though. And then also over the weekend, he told Harry Carson, I can go out and get 22 of us, former Giants, and we can go out there and be a better product than what they got on the field now. We all have said that at some point in our life. We see something. I ought to get out there and show them how to play it. Really? Really? I mean, it sounds good in spirit because they were some dogs. That Giants team was something else. Didn't matter who was under helm, that defense. On Mondays, you felt it from what they did to you on Sundays. You felt it. You felt it. But here we are, folks. It's Make It Happen Monday. And welcome to Certa Pro Painters presents Montez at Midday. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. You can follow us on Facebook. We have a page, Who's to Blame, and also on Instagram, Who's to Blame, the podcast, and also on X at W2B Dre Montez. And also, you can always go to the website at www.dremontez.com. I don't know about you, but Saturday seems like it was a week ago when it's college football season. On Mondays, people forget about Saturday, unless it had to be something huge, gigantic. That's what she said, to happen in college football, for it to carry on over the NFL talk to Monday. You're at the water cooler. Now, Ted want to talk about the game on Saturday. Whoa, we got to talk about a lot that happened on Saturday. Whoa. Whole lot of things went down on Saturday, but I want to start off by saying right now, I got to start this off the top to get this out there before my hate mail get in here. Because Tata Delicious, the hate mail comes in at what, 2:15? Okay, we got 2 trash bags already. It's our second week of the season. But right now, I'm going to start off the top. Talking about college football Saturday. Notre Dame, I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. My bad. They pulled the belt out. They chased them around the house. You ever been whipped and they talking to you at the same time? Or you ever been whipped, they talking to you, and you can't move? That's what that looked like. That was a crazy thing. I don't know if anybody's going to talk about it today, but I'm going to watch all my college football shows after today's show. But there was a hit in the Wisconsin-Alabama game with a quarterback, maybe out for the year for Wisconsin. Now, we talked about targeting and dirty hits. Dirty hits, targeting wasn't a word back in the day. But in the 50s to maybe the 90s, that looked good. That got you to the league. They wanted football players like that. Well, I'll tell you what, that has changed. If you have the ability, or if you watch that game, you saw the slow motion replay. There is no way an Alabama Crimson Tide football player, Roll Tide, makes that type of a tackle if Nick Saban was still the head coach. I said what I said. This man, the quarterback was going out of bounds. This man grabbed that leg and put a little mustard on it. Should have been an automatic ejection. I'm suspending him for the rest of the year. If the NCAA and the committee of policies and procedures are playing the game correctly on the field, watch that video, because I hear that the NCAA as well as the NFL, they watch video after the game's over with to go back and say, hey, and levy out some infractions, okay? If that's the cause, prove it to me. Show me your work. There was so many hits this past Saturday in college football. Like, I wonder at halftime, do the referees go in there and use the bathroom, drink their Powerade water? Do they go back and look at it, an abridged version of the first half on all the calls, to see if they missed anything? Do they give themselves a halftime report card? Do they talk amongst themselves? Hey, these kids are getting a little too chatty out there. We got to calm this down. Do they ever think to do that? There was a lot of nasty football this weekend. I'm not talking about the score either. It was some games out there that were just, Florida State, in here, please. In here, please. Okay. Sometimes you got to let stuff go. You got to let it go. Y'all broke up 2 years ago. You got to let it go and move on. We know what happened last year. Move on. Florida State, you're the first team since 2003? No, since 2020 to come in ranked in AP ranked top 10 to start out 0-3. Can you fix that? Can you fix that? Is that a fixable thing, or are we hitting the panic button too early? Well, as I said, due to the expanded nature of the playoff format, Florida State got to win outright. Outright, that they're going to need some help along the way. They can't lose no more games. I think the least amount of most losses you can have is probably 3. There's going to be a 3-loss team in there. I was talking to a few people over the weekend. Who could that possibly be? It has to be a team from the SEC. It will be. I think it can be a team from the SEC, but once you get to that second loss, tensions get high. Now you at that third loss. What we going to do now, boss? What we going to do? Texas, the Longhorns. Hook 'em. Arch Manning. We know he has an arm. We know that. We know that. But now he got footwork and speed. Did you see the pivot? Did you see him plant the foot, hit the R1, and did you see the throw? Arch Manning in Texas could be a problem. Could be a problem. They just jumped to the front of the AP. And it's interesting to me on how the polls shifted. Breaking news: Texas is now number 1 over Georgia. Well, the way Georgia played against Kentucky, do you blame them? If a call this way and attention to detail was applied, if it was applicable in that game, Kentucky won that game. They should have won that game. But you got to have responsibility. You got to have accountability. And you got to have attention to detail. That was none of that. They were lost out there. Coach didn't know, even though it's Coach Stoops, he lost composure somewhere along the way within himself, with the time. Why punt, knowing the situation? That's Georgia. That's ugly. Mizzou, M-I-Z-Z-O-U. As we talked about on the college football show on Saturday, the expectations of Mizzou. You got Cook and Luther Burden. Cook and Burden. Sound like Sonny Crockett and Rico Tubbs. Columbia Vice. The mitigating circumstance with Mizzou was the defense. And Cook taking control of the ball. That small, he always a little late. Just a little late on a couple of throws, and it pays off in high dividends, meaning not an interception. But the defense has to step up. That's the only reason, to me, Mizzou dropped down to 7. I think they got the top 10 right. Texas out deserves the number 1. They've been playing ball out football. I can't wait for UT to play Tennessee. Will the real burnt orange stand up? Please. Please. I said it on Saturday. The college football schedule this year, they hit the nail with the hammer. They got it in there. Real talk. In frightening news and shocking news, Colorado State kicker is 32 years old with 3 kids. Keep hope alive. I'm proud of him. Colorado won a game. Nebraska won. My Florida football Gators. Oh, boy. It's report card time. Texas A&M in Florida. Game time decision. A&M said we got another quarterback. We're going to bring out our 2-headed monster. The look on a coach's face at pregame tells me a whole lot. Body language goes a long way. Body language goes a long way. Keep that in mind, that body language goes a long way. You can tell a lot about a person, whether you have them defeated or confused or you have no shot in hell of coming out of this thing alive. Okay. Red shirt freshman at quarterback for Texas A&M. 10-play opening drive. We had a 47-minute delay due to lightning. We come out of that with the worst play call sequence ever. Then we punt the ball, get them on the 1 yard line. The unthinkable happens. 99-yard drive. Mm-hmm. After that, they got a 46-second play. 46-second 10 play. No, hold on. 46-second play. 46 seconds and they scored after the 99-yard drive. They punted the ball for the very first time in the third quarter. It was 302 yards to 73 at halftime. Second half pick six. We threw 2 pick sixes. That is the breakdown in the Texas A&M Florida game. It's too early to panic. But I didn't see anything to give me anything of enlightenment moving forward. There's no toot over there. There's no sense of urgency. There's no, hey, coach, I'm ready to be the cheesiest. That was none of that. They were just doing the routine, going in, going out, going in, going out. That's all they were doing. That's all they were doing, going in and going out. Memphis, great game. Oh, military buddy of mine, Reggie, his brother was on ESPN at the game, right there in the front row on TV. I like it. I like it. AB, son, old softball buddy of mine, he plays receiver for Memphis. Already in the building. We had representation all over the place, over the sports football Saturday. Don't know how your college football team did. Hope it did well. Hope it did well. The more we get into the nitty-gritty of the season, the more and more we're going to see who's ready to be next man up, because I think it's wide open. They're talking about in the Heisman right now of Arch Manning and Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. And also you got the kid at Tennessee that is hot right now. It's too early to tell. It's 3 weeks into the season if you don't include week 0. So it's a little bit too early to tell, but I'm still liking where we're at. Again, it's Monday. If you're off work, thank you. Have a lot of fun at it. We're going to take a break right here really fast and come back and talk a little bit about what I witnessed Saturday night that was in Vegas. It's going to blow your mind. Mm-hmm. This is a word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub. Do not go to the website if you want to purchase anything from Mountain Man Scrub. Go to them on Facebook. Mountain Man Scrub on Facebook, Instagram. Mountain Man Scrub, if you want to try the product, it's an amazing product. But here's a word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub. Be right back after this. Smoke them if you got them. And get that dog in the house, girl. Be right back.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
Hoot Nanny, how you doing? Hoot Nanny, how you doing? We raising the roof up in here on this Make It Happen Monday edition of Certa Pro Painters. Oklahoma City presents Montez at midday. I'm your boy, Dre Montez. I'm telling you, a walk in the morning, a good night of sleep, a walk in the morning, a good breakfast makes the day. I'm telling you, it's just something about that morning walk that just, it's therapeutic. It is. You can get some thought processing done out there. I mean, you're just walking around listening to the neighborhood. Oh, it's beautiful. It gets the motor and the engine going. You know what? Hug yourself again, damn it. Oh. If you're okay, I'm okay. Let me try it again. If you're okay, I'm okay. That's it for sure. We just got talking a little bit about what happened Friday night with Apple TV hosting the Yankees and the Red Sox in that announcing crew was atrocious. It was on a whole new level. It really was. And we also talked about what happened Saturday in college football. A lot of late hitting out there. That was a play that happened in the Florida game where the Florida player was blocked and was sliding, it was falling to the ground at the same time. The play behind him, the guy was falling too, and they slid into each other. They called a dude for targeting. I want to know what targeting is according to NCAA. Show me what a late hit is. And please, for the love of God, explain a football move. Explain a football move, please. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. I feel like in my cousin Vinny, when she explains what Paul's attraction is, go ahead, Miss Vito. Yes, Your Honor. Go ahead. I want the governing bodies to really explain to the people that love and adore football to explain to us in the most simplistic form ever to make it make sense. What is a football move? You're moving on a football field, right? So shouldn't that be a football move? Okay. As I said, I want to see what happens with that. I think it was a very, very hurtful act that happened the Alabama-Wisconsin game when Wisconsin quarterback probably out for the year. The hit on him, that's a little bit too much. That's a little bit too much. They're doing a little bit too much for sure. But on Saturday night, since the days of HD television, when it first came out, it has captured movies with color, sporting events. They know how to get it done. And now you have 4K. I've been to Vegas one time with my 50th, but this Sphere, this thing that Dana White has created with the UFC on Saturday night pay-per-view, UFC 306 Noche, Mexican Heritage Month. So prior to Saturday, I had heard him and saw him do an interview explaining this was going to be more than a UFC fight. Do tell. Well, he had a narrator, theme music. Each fighter, the women were dressed in very elegant and scantily clad costumes. Okay. He did a documentary and had a light show. All this was happening Saturday night. Close the blackout curtains, total darkness, everything's out. Put it on the 70, of course. Sat back, I felt like a 2-year-old kid seeing Mickey Mouse for the first time. I was blown away, and I'm not against UFC. I don't watch it. I don't know that. I probably know 5 fighters only by popularity of them being on shows, but I don't know anything, the context. I just know it looked like from the audience, everybody ready to fight. Everybody ready to fight. So I said, I'm going to watch this thing. And I tell you what, I know about 35 people from St. Louis and Illinois that went to Vegas just for that fight. From the television perspective that I had, it felt like I was there. It felt like the ride at Union Station that's narrated by John Goodman. It felt like that. You felt like you really were on that train moving and everything. It felt like I was there in Vegas. And the 5-part documentary that they did was just outstanding. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. If you get a chance to see it and you have a little baby son of a bitch that's awed by colors, sit him down, turn the TV on, do what you got to do. You won't hear from them for like 4 hours, for at least 4 hours. But here's what I did. I watched all of the fights. I've never watched UFC. I didn't know what was going on. And I tell you what, I enjoyed every minute of it. Every minute of it. The first fight was a flyweight fight. The guy in the red shorts, he won, but he should have lost. The reason he won, to me, he didn't give up. That little bitty fella didn't give up. The other guy had long legs. He could not flip him. I don't know, is that the right term? I don't know. But he beat him. The second fight, that was a lightweight fight. The guy in the green shorts won. Now, it started off kind of boring, but they got into it. That was a good fight. The third fight, that was a featherweight fight. And the guy in the green shorts won in that one. Now, they were throwing haymakers right there. They said something personal to each other on social media, I think, the way they were talking to each other. It looked like that body language. Then the fourth fight was the women fight, a championship fight. Now, that girl should have been in the Olympics. That dancing, she was doing that one with the braids. She was getting it in. But, yeah, she was when the girl in the green outfit won. She was doing her dance. But the main event in the men, that guy with the braids, with the purple and pink and orange braids, O'Malley, I didn't know his name until the fight. But I've been seeing him on everything promoting the fight, as you should. He was very cocky, very arrogant, very sure of himself in all the videos. Told one of the guys, pick what round you want me to knock him out with. Knock him out in. He said the first round. He said, I'm going to hit him with my left. You're that sure of yourself? Okay. So Saturday, after I'm watching all the football I think I want to see, I split the TVs up. Boom. We're going to watch this from the beginning. I want to see it all. So they're fighting. They're doing a movie fighting. We're getting here. So as they're coming in, the camera is showing you everybody hyped. Dude got his wig on. He's doing his thing. Got his hype crew with him. They go to O'Malley. By his face. I said, he got that Mike Tyson look when Mike Tyson lost to Buster Douglas. Like he did some things he know he should not have done last night or early in the morning. He didn't look like he was ready for what was about to happen. This is before he gets in the ring. He's still taking off his clothes. That energy not there. That energy is not there at all. He get dressed. They tap him up. He get in the ring. Like his face is not changed. He loses the fight. Then after the fight, all these images of him, everybody pointing his face. Something's up. Body language tells it all. Overall on Saturday night, Saturday period, it was probably one of the greatest entertaining days in sports. You had college football, of course, Hello America. You had WNBA, Major League Baseball, and UFC. Talk to me. It was what? It was one of those things where it was so much going on Saturday. I tell you what, Dana White, UFC 306, Noche, hey, great job. I don't know if like Dana White gonna hear this, but let's get my people to get a hold of his people. Let's clip this off and send it to him so he'll know what Montez said. Maybe we can get on a ticket, boy, a +2. All right. Well, we can't act like yesterday did not exist. We cannot do that. So we're going to take one more break. Have a word from our sponsor here. I'm going to come back with a little bit more of captivating things that we can say here on Montez at Midday. It's your boy, Dre Montez. Uh-oh, I went too far. I hate when I do that. You know you can do that sometimes. Well, that ain't how it's supposed to go, boy. Okay. Be right back, and we're going to talk about what happened on the slate of Sunday when it comes to the NFL and nothing but the NFL. Don't forget, if you want some Mountain Man Scrub, go to them on Facebook. Go to Mountain Man Scrub on Facebook. Wonderful, great product. Get your scrub on. Great for your hands, feet, and face. Be right back.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. mountainmanscrub.com. Get your scrub on.
What up, good folks, good people? How we doing? It is what I like to call Make It Happen. What? Monday. Ta delicious. You have a good weekend. You went to music at the intersection. Okay, how was it? You saw Big Boy. And you went out to Chesterfield to see Cube. All right. Did you go to the Sexy Red fight? Did you go to the Sexy Red fight? You didn't? Okay. All right. I was glued. It was a glued to the television action-packed sports weekend for me. I probably got a little bit of vitamin D on the hair. Maybe a total of 42 minutes over the weekend combined. Neither here nor there. This could get long-winded. It was a rough day yesterday. Yesterday was not a good NFL day because the majority of teams that people had winning didn't win. But it's still fun to watch. It's a 17-game season. 17 games. We just surpassed week 2. And people already hitting what? The panic button. They already on the phone calling people. We don't need him. Fire him. We shouldn't have. Why did we get him? We want the other quarterback. It's too early. It's too early. You just met. You've been dating 2 weeks. You told her you love her. You loved her last week, but now she tripping. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to get through this together. We're going to get to this together in unison and reaching out. Because on Mondays, here's what happens. You got to back up what you were talking Friday at work with your college football team and with your NFL. You got to go face them people on Monday. And you know it's football season. And you know what's out there, right? I told you. NARFs. Yep. It's NARP season. It is NARP season. And the acronym, meaning non-athletic real people. Dun. They coming. They're out here looking, searching, wondering why you like football. When the team you've been talking about all week at work, and you know they don't like football, but somehow they found out your team lost. And they the first person to speak to you on Monday. Hey, Larry. They don't say nothing about how's your team. How was your weekend? They know your team lost. And we do our best to not put up with what? Say it with me, the bullshit. But to no further avail, there are some teams that need to get called to the principal's office today. I'm going to start off with my Denver Broncos. What was that? That was a winnable game. That was a very, very winnable game. I'm not saying the Steelers are trash. I'm just saying that was a winnable game. The confusion on Sean Payton's face. So I learned something over the weekend. After 15 years of talk radio and now podcasting for 8, I fall in love with something a long time ago. When the mascara runs at sporting events. That is the greatest. That is my greatest thing. When that mascara is running there crying, give the cameraman an Oscar. What's equivalent to that when the mascara is running is when the cameraman puts the camera on the head coach and the team is losing and the coach has that look. Hands on his hip. My favorite. They're not blinking. They're not nothing. I wonder what's going on. What is the mind problem? What is going on, Sean Payton? Sean, talk to me. That's Monday should be for the coaches that are doing things that don't make sense to the media. Just talk to us. What's going on in your era of thinking, Sean Payton? Please. I like Bo Nix's response. What happened with that interception in the end zone? I threw it to the other team. Good answer. Give me throw it to another team. Bing! All right. Right there. I got you. So again, we need Denver Broncos and Sean Payton. He's in the principal's office right now. Also, I need the Baltimore Ravens, principal's office. Dallas Cowboys, principal's office. 49ers, principal's office. Los Angeles Rams, principal's office. Oh, hold on. What did y'all say to Arizona before the game? What were the words said? I mean, because that type of beating requires some type of verbiage. You know, sometimes your mouth will get your ass in trouble. You heard that as loud as a kid, didn't you? So, what is the issue? The Ravens. This is not Cincinnati. You getting that too, y'all? Your third year, you start out 0-3. The third year. And don't bring up, well, they signed them all that damn money. We want better. Come on now. Let's put the memo out here again. What week are we in? What week did we just surpass? Week 2. Well, week 3. Week 3. Okay. Gonna be all right. Got 14 weeks left. How many? 14. Say it with me. 14 weeks. A lot can happen. What and when? 14 weeks. A lot can happen. It's okay. We saw some very bad football yesterday from teams that we root for and like. All we want is a little bit of effort. Show something. As coaches told us when we were little, make the game plain and simple. That's my Herm Edwards. Make the game plain and simple. It does not have to be that difficult to put together a winning game plan. You can't throw the ball past 5 yards. Where's that written that in the playbook? What? Show me y'all practice that all week with Bo Nix. We're not going to throw any balls over 5 yards in practice. Okay, let's go, guys. Get it here on 3. 1, 2, 3, Broncos. Really? There's no other coaches saying, what we doing? What? We can't override this? How are we standing for this? Dallas defense yesterday? What was that? The Ravens. Yes. I don't know why they went out and got Derrick Henry. Don't know. Yes. I don't know what's going on with the 49ers. Don't know. It looked like they were what? Scared. A little bit. Well, EMAC is out, probably out to mid-October. That's what they're saying. Let him heal. Don't rush him back. Cincinnati. What did he say to Chase? Some athletes have trigger words. And if you say it, they will. The way Chase got up off that ground, that boy said something to him. And I'm nosy. It's going to come out what he said. Did it warrant that behavior at that moment where the momentum was about to shift? Now you got the refs looking at the game totally different. In the nightcap, that was a great game. I would like to say this about CJ. I am Stroud of you. CJ, I am Stroud of you, brother. Look here. That slow motion throw that they show what that man can do is fascinating for sure. That slow motion throw, his vision, his football IQ, his nonverbal communication, his commitment to the team, his commitment to the game plan, his commitment to do better than last year. He's trying to tell you that was not luck or no fluke. That man was working on his game in the offseason. Bet he wasn't playing Call of Duty. Bet he wasn't all on IG, all on the TikTok. No. That man was on somebody's field, watching game film, throwing the ball, getting his body right, getting his mind right. CJ Stroud, I am Stroud of you, brother. That was a good game last night. Also, we need Justin Fields and Caleb Williams to go to the assistant principal's office. Y'all need to hash this out. We got the fan bases already saying we knew Caleb wasn't going to be this damn good. Bring Justin back. You need to just address your issues to your front office instead of the players. Okay? How about that? You need to adjust your anger, frustrations, and questions concerning Caleb Williams and Justin Fields to the front office. That's their issue. You could have had Marvin Harrison Jr. and Justin Fields. But it's early. It is so early. Everything is going to be okay. All the teams and players that are in the principal's office, we're not going to give you a note. We don't want a note home from your parents for you to come back. We want you to just write down in 250 words. That's all, not a less or more. 250 words on what happened yesterday. I really do. Because the more and more I keep watching these football highlights, it's depressing. But it's week 2. It's week 2. That's all. So we're right now at what? That's the second preseason game. No, that's third preseason game we just played. We got one more. Week 4, it's time to get on down to it. No, week 5. Week 5, no more excuses. No more excuses. After week 5, we either expelling you or we're going to homeschool you. Nobody else is going to the principal's office or the assistant principal. And those are the things that I saw that happened in the NFL yesterday. I want an explanation from the NFL as well. What is targeting? Why there was no flag thrown after a player was struck with his hand in a fight? No flags. What was said? But you want to give Jamar Chase a flag. What that man said to Jamar Chase for Jamar Chase to act that way? He lost his damn composure. He really did. And again, NFL, what is targeting? What is roughing the passer? What is a football move? I'm putting y'all on deck too. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Again, what Lawrence Taylor said, he said if he went to sleep, didn't drink, and went home to his wife and kids, he has no idea how good he would have been. And he also said yesterday to Harry Carson, former New York Football Giant great as well, I'd go get 22 of us and be better than the Giants they got on the field right now. Talk to me. But we all say that, don't we? That Yuska factor. I started off the show with some words of wisdom. And I think you ought to listen to this. There is no absolute in life, only in vodka. Impactful words by the poet Dre Montez. And I know it. Shout out to all the bars and restaurants that are sponsors of the show that have been doing a great job showing college football and other sporting events. Shout out to you. Got a huge Cardinal week going on, so shout out to Kilroy's. Check out that Major League Jerky down there as well as the parking lot. And also the Angry Beaver. Nobody makes a beaver angry. Parking and great food right there for you as well. And if you mosey on down to Soulard, you got Hammerstone. Stop on at the Hammerstones. Great food, great people, an amazing patio for you. Also, great grizzly bear. Oh, my God, that patio is captivating for you. All kind of great places to go to in Soulard. Great sponsors of the show. And shout out to Bell Vegas, the Lincoln Movie Theater. They showed the Rocky Horror Picture Show over the weekend. Did you see the line? Did you see the people? Shout out to the great, amazing people of the city of Bell Vegas. And shout out to Tower Pub on Morgan Ford as well. My man Rob has a great crew. and that patio is always rocking, especially on the weekend. And don't forget about Friendlies at 3503 Roger Place. Tile Pub, also Friendlies, is pet friendly and kid approved. Get on in there with your family and kids. Great food, great time. New menu additions at Friendlies and their Sunday crew. I'm telling you, Lizzie and also Jamie and crew, they get it in for sure. And Danica and Tabithia, and also the lovely and talented Kim, and sometimes Shay. Hey. She'll come in a surprise. Shout out to Justin putting out great food as well. And to the crew, what I owned up. It's been a long time since I seen ya. But it's Monday, good people. I think we've talked about enough today. If you did not get a chance to see what they did in Vegas over the weekend, I'm quite sure YouTube still has it. But check it out, especially if you have a 4K television. It's like seeing planet Earth the first time. You couldn't sit down. It was mind-blowing. Well, we got Monday Night Football tonight. This ought to be a barn burner tonight, man. We got football tonight. I had the opportunity to go to a Cardinal game tonight, but I don't like going against the grain, man. You know, I don't want to be that guy at a baseball game on my phone watching the football game because that's rude. You got the Falcons against the Philly tonight. Fly, Eagles, fly. Atlanta came in with a good plan. I don't know what happened. Philly, to me, it's about confidence. They're their biggest Achilles to me. But I got Philly winning the game tonight. But neither here nor there. Lots of baseball going on. But I tell you one thing about baseball. Those Major League Baseball commercials, MLB is here, are the shit. The guy said, imagine stealing something in front of 40,000 people and nobody can do a thing. Major League Baseball is something. He said, I think Leather's back. Major League Baseball is here. And then the one I get, he just sit there in the stadium. He said, and you just thought it was a stadium. Man, these baseball playoff commercials are fire. I'm getting chills thinking about it, getting chills. I wish we were headed that way. But things happen. Things happen. We're diehard. We're a baseball town with a hockey problem. And when both of those don't go to the postseason, we get frustrated. We want answers. We don't believe in, we don't believe what we're building. We don't want to hear that. We want something else to understand the why on going to the postseason. But I tell you what, we're always excited for what? Opening day. Home opener. Because who's going to be there? Let's go, Blue. There it is right there. Well, kids, boys and girls, and children of all ages, we're a little long-winded today because I had a whole lot of stuff to cover today. So I hope I didn't get you in trouble at work. If I did, who needs that damn job anyway? Huh? It's almost that time of the year. What's that? Libra season. We almost there. We almost there. Well, I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of your day, your lunch, this wonderful, beautiful weather. We got Peyton Manning tonight. I think he's on. This ought to be a fun game, action-packed. But again, thank you for tuning to today's show. Thank you for liking, sharing, commentating, laughing with me, joking with me, and most importantly, being here with me. Again, if no one cares about you, I do. Talk to a friend, talk to a stranger. In the end, we all got to do this together. Thanks again to our title sponsor, Certa Pro Painters presents out of Oklahoma City. It's your boy, Dre Montez, and we will be back at it tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel. Until next time, I'll holler at you. And as the kids say, I'll holler at you, player. And we out. I'll holler and peace.